allez les contaminer. Aussi, ils vont vous contaminer. Vous êtes malade. Vous êtes malade.
Hey everybody, I'm heading up to see my mom again because somebody with a snowplow ran into the garage door in my building, so I couldn't take the car out. So yeah, I'm just gonna go check on her. Last time I was there, she was fine as far as COVID goes. She was still in her room and it was starting to spread on the unit. Mom is still in quarantine. Today I came and there is a COVID agent outside and they closed the door to her room. She's literally in here with the door closed. Anyway, I'm here to keep her company. We have some lunch here. She's speaking French today. Oui. Oui? Tu parles français aujourd'hui? Sometimes she speaks French to me or German. Look what we have today for lunch, Mommy, look. Look, look, look. Lasagna. It smells good. It smells really, you smell the lasagna? Kannst du das riechen? Smell, smell. Wafting. Wafting scent of lasagna. So we had a great time here. Mom had her lunch. She ate a lot of her food. We had a great time. We put on some swing music. We had a little dance party. And I got her moving and you know, it's been good. We've been hanging out for a couple of hours. And unfortunately now I'm gonna go. But I just cannot believe. I still cannot get over that they're leaving my mother in this little tiny room. Look at this. There's nothing in here. It's a tiny little room. And they're leaving her in here all by herself. They only come in to feed and change her basically and to just check on her. Make sure she's still alive. And I'm having this on because the guy's gonna come in any minute now to change her, but and she really perked up a lot too when I put the music on, and like it's just, you know, like I said, it's like people think if you have this dementia that you don't know what's happening, and it's okay to just leave you in the room, leave you in the corner, you're not gonna know. And it's not true. There's a big difference from when I come in and she's all isolated and closed in herself to when we've been together for 2 hours. A big difference. So it's kind of like saying disabled people don't have feelings or people who can't communicate don't have feelings. That's the message that it gives to me. If we can accept this for our seniors, we will accept this for everyone who can't communicate or who is not all there. We're going to accept it for everyone. I just don't think we should go down that road. I think all people matter. My mom matters. Oh, they're here. Vous allez les contaminer. Vous allez les contaminer. Aussi, ils vont vous contaminer. Vous êtes malade. Vous êtes malade. On ne peut pas attendre dans la cuisine. Comment? Vous devez attendre dans la chambre 10 minutes. Vous devez attendre dans la chambre, madame. Jusqu'à quand? Jusqu'à demain? Jusqu'à 10 heures, oui. Jusqu'à demain? Oui, ensuite 10 heures. That was the COVID agent trying to convince two women who are feeling perfectly fine with no symptoms, nicely dressed, well-groomed, ready to go eat in the dining room. He's trying to convince them that they're sick with COVID and they need to stay in their rooms or they're going to contaminate everyone else. You should have seen the expressions on their faces. They were like, what the f are you talking about? And the one who's speaking Spanish, she was like, get out, I'm free to go wherever I want. She's sending him to hell, basically. It's got to be a hard job being a COVID agent. He's trying to tell them, you're sick, and they're like, what is he talking about? They were so confused. They didn't look sick at all. They obviously didn't feel sick. And he's trying to explain, and they're looking at each other like, contaminate? We have what? We're gonna contaminate? We have to stay in our room until what? Tomorrow? They have no idea. They're like, COVID? What's COVID? We're sick? I didn't know we were sick. Since when? I don't feel sick. They were so confused. Yeah, they were confused as all hell. Anyway, they've already been out. So. Oh, it's funny too, because my mother, she's been confined for the last 6 days. And look at that, they're still getting COVID right across the hall from her. What did I tell you? She's confined in here. COVID's going across the hall. They're now contaminated, same as my mother, with no symptoms. Now they're going to be in their room. And then guess what? The neighbor's going to get COVID with no symptoms and they're going to be in their room. That's what I'm talking about. You look beautiful. You look so pretty. Your hair is all brushed out. So yeah, once again, she perked up and was a lot happier with some company. And wait, what did I say the other day? They're putting a policy in place that seems to make sense to the public, so it doesn't look like the government isn't doing anything. But my experience here on the ground with my mother and seeing what happens in these homes, which I've been in them the entire pandemic, is that the isolation just doesn't work. Time and time again, they've put people in their rooms and the entire ward has been infected just the same. So I know that it doesn't work, but I see the damage it does. Yeah, so that's exactly what's already happening. In spite of their policy of isolating people, the COVID just hops from room to room. And at that time it had started to spread. So I'm curious today to see how many more people have COVID on the ward now. Has the isolation worked? Because now they put not just my mother in her room, but also the girls across the hall who caught it from my mother. So is that going to stop the COVID? Yeah, let's go see. Let's go find out. Oddly enough, I haven't caught the COVID, even with my sloppy use of PPE, constantly adjusting my mask, reaching under to scratch my face, etc. Basically not doing a very good job with it. I still don't have the COVID. I wonder why. I don't know. Sometimes life is just a mystery like that. Check it out. It's the Décarie Expressway. To make this highway run through the city, they had to cut a whole chunk out of this neighborhood. There used to be just normal streets and buildings here. And apparently when they did that, the residents didn't like the idea at all. But we have the Décarie Expressway now anyway. And you know what? I don't remember what year it was, but there was a year where it rained so much. There was a flash flood in here. Can you imagine how scary being in this sort of trench in your car and it's filling with water? Because of that, I make sure not to take the Décarie Expressway when it's expected to be a heavy rain. No thanks. Oh wow, she's out of quarantine. She's in the dining room. I'm gonna go give her her dinner. Hi Mom. Mommy. Hi. It's me. It's Sonia. You're having your dinner.
Oh,
Are you feeling better?
I'm sorry.
Are you feeling okay?
No.
Yeah?
No.
Good now?
Yeah.
You got your food a bit on the...
Yeah.
I came to see you. I'm glad that they let you out of your room now.
Merci.
De rien. Oh, that's good. Feeding yourself. Look at the good job you're doing. Mommy's fine. You're really hungry today, aren't you? You really got your appetite today, eh, Mommy? Is the food good? It's good, eh? It looks like it's tasty because you're eating it very eagerly. We're taking a little walk. Mom is in fine form today. Very light on her feet. Are you happy you're out of your room now? Yeah, I bet, eh? So what we like to do is we like to walk down this hallway and we can look at all the paintings. Like here's one. And then we like to talk about what the painting is and what it reminds us of. So this is what we like to do. We like to take little walks and look at all the art. And, well, you know, just sort of walk around, get a little exercise. Yeah, Oma's moving very swiftly today. Looking good. Okay, guys, so I wanted to wrap this up and let you know how this all went. So first of all, I want to say thank you to everybody for all your prayers for my mom, because, I mean, she just went through 10 days of isolation and she came out and she seems like she's totally fine. She's rétablie, as you would say, from la COVID, but also from l'isolement. From all the stuff that she went through, she seems to be fine. So, I mean, I'm just sort of, you know, frustrated with the stupid policy. So when I went back, I was talking to one of the nurses about this isolation policy. I was trying to be like diplomatic and not be a huge pain, but I just kind of wanted to know, like, how do you justify this? He's telling me, oh, you have to put on the N95 even in the dining room now, not just in the patient's room when she has COVID. And I said, why? And he said, because we're in an outbreak. And I was like, oh, but you isolated the people with COVID, so didn't that stop the outbreak? And he's like, no, we still have people, we're having an outbreak. So I said, how many people do you have here? And he said 25. And how many of them have COVID? Well, they're up to 8 now, 3 of them being recovered and 5 new ones being infected, which means about 1/3 of the population of the ward is already infected, even though they're doing the isolation. So I just kind of asked him, like, in a non-confrontational kind of way, so why are you isolating them if it doesn't stop the spread? And he said, well, we hope that it'll slow it down so they won't all get sick at once. And you know what? I totally get that. The thing is that when they get sick now, after they've had all these shots, they have like basically no symptoms. It's not like in 2020, they get sick, they can't breathe, they're coughing and they need oxygen and all that. It's not like that. It's like you can't even tell. At the most, they have like some very mild cold symptoms. My mother, you saw her when she was in isolation, supposedly with COVID. She had no cough. She had no fever. She didn't really have symptoms. I think maybe the first day she had a little bit of a runny nose, maybe sore throat, a little fever. And then that was it. So even if you're trying to slow it down, is it necessary? Is it even necessary to slow it down when the symptoms at this point are so mild? Does that still justify putting them in their rooms? I just don't think so. So anyway, I want to let you know this is going on in Quebec. And also, again, thank you for your prayers for my mom, because she seems to have come through this whole thing just smelling like roses as usual. She seems to be fine. And thanks for all your support emotionally on my end. I appreciate it. And that's it, you guys. Thanks for your support on Patreon. That's my blog where you can message me, get extra info, extra posts, links, always get notified when I post on here. And thanks for joining me in the chat. And thanks for listening to me. And I'll see you next time.